Tell me about Starseeds Gathering and how did that start?
That start out of the how it's called vision, which came from ayahuasca, where I discovered that somebody is watching me. And in the beginning, I didn't know who is that somebody. I just figured out it's somebody there looking. And hey, and here, and they was like, I was like in a laboratory, like in a box. Somebody opened the box. This guy is awakening. Close the box. Yes, he's awakening, but he wants to talk with you, not just. And then, not much response in the beginning. And then after a while, by the time continuing with the ceremonies, they come again and again. And then at some point, they start to stay longer. And I find somebody there. And then I see, and I say, I make like this. And I make like this. And I make like this. To be sure, to not be just a byproduct of my imagination. And then do like this, and then we stay facing each other for a good period of time. And it was like, how to say, how it's called, telepathic communication, but I cannot say something. It was just meeting, connecting, everything. And then after that, I usually, when I have internet connection, I search to collect music for the ceremonies. So by searching for the music, I finally find one guy, which called himself Ra. He's known in US, and he speaks about Arcturians. He is an Arcturian himself. And then when I hear him, instant, how to say, connection with the Arcturian family, and starting to remember that I am part of that family, and I start to cry, and I cry, and I cry for about 3 hours. Connecting with the family, finding while I was there different tracks of music, which was inspiring with the feelings and everything. I was there, crying, finding music, finding information, going deeper into the subject. So this is the way how I remember myself being an Arcturian. And then I start to search more about other families. And then I find different information. And then I say, okay, Starseeds Gathering. I understand that it's something which is needed because there are many people. I understand that there are many people coming here from different places. And I decide to work to meet them, to connect with them. And also I remember that my job is called Wake Up Call for the Starseeds. Not for everybody, only for the Starseeds, or mainly for the Starseeds. To find them, to remind them why they come here and what is their mission.
Tell me about your spiritual training.
My spiritual training starts with yoga in February, March 1990. And after that start to include Tantra, and then after that some Shivaism, Kashmirian Shivaism, some Ayurveda, and I always have been very connected with the herbal medicine. I collect them with my father, and I have been always attracted by that, and then I study by myself. And then, as I said, in 2009, start the ayahuasca journey. And then not only ayahuasca, also other teacher plants. And since then, many things change, and it's a very different way of working. Since then, I also start to do myself ceremonies with ayahuasca, with San Pedro, and then later with holotropic breathing, what I call cathartic ceremonies. And now everything is coming in one whole thing, which what I call now the Mindful Life project, which is including everything: meditation, permaculture, healthy food, detox practice, homemade soap, cream, oils, herbal medicine, how it's called, emotional cleaning with ceremonies and things like that. So everything is coming in one and the same thing.
I wanted to ask about who have been your advisors and your counselors. You mentioned the Arturians. Is there a community that you're staying in contact with?
I cannot say that it's a constant communication. I wish to, but it's not really happening, and sometimes it makes me sad. But it's not a continuous conscious. Maybe it is continuous, but it's not from my point conscious. It's coming inspiration from time to time, and I know for sure it's coming from there. Or sometimes when I work with the people, I know they are a part of the whatever is there, meditation, ceremony. I can feel, I can sense when they start to be part of that. Also, another way to connect with them is to work with hypertones and om chanting. And I know that very often when we do that, they will be present there because this is the basic way to communicate there. The communication between those spirits, unless it's telepathic, is coming out of overtones. So therefore, when we do this, if we reach the minimum level, energy level, to catch their attention, they will be present there. And it's happened already a few times.
Cool. How have you learned to trust the sources of advisors and guides?
It's very simple. If that is not real, I don't know what is real. This is the thing. It's an inner feeling. And that inner feeling is like a guideline in the life. Because for me it's like a pillar of light where I refer to. And everything which is coming, I refer to that. It's like taking something and putting it in a flame. If it's staying there, for me it's real. If it's not staying there, it's not real. So for me, this is the way how I check the thing. And this is the way how I also choose if I want to go this way or this way. If I don't know what to do, I have an internal way to put a question and refer to that and say, I go here. If there's no answer, I know I don't go here. I go here, the answer is there. I go here. And then I blindly trust that and I just go there. And that's the way how I
Make a choice.
I make a choice.
There you go. What do we need to know right now?
What we need to know right now is very, very, very. Not many people want to accept the answer. I will give it anyway. And what we need to know is that actually what is happening on this planet is what is called human farming. The whole humanity is farmed by some beings, which are not with good intention. So this is something that needs to be acknowledged, and only that, and not create any hate or any fear, but need to be acknowledged. And in the moment when it is acknowledged, to understand how they use the human and for what. And then when we understand that, it's about time to decide individually what we want to do with our life, and especially the Starseeds, to decide if they want to accomplish their mission or if they want to keep on fooling around using for nothing their power. Because they have tremendous power, but they have been distorted or corrupt into the system, and they lose the direction. They don't follow the mission that they come to make here, and it's tricky.
How can starseeds, what do starseeds need to do?
To wake up.
And once they wake up, then what?
Once they wake up, it's time to make the choices. Because with the energy shift of the planet now, it's not, I would say it's not possible, but for some they can still struggle for that. It's not possible to keep on mixing the energy. So you have to decide if you want to be a co-worker of the darkness, or if you want to be a co-worker of the light. because from my point of view, cannot be mixed anymore. And this means to take the responsibility, which is huge, and then to start to clean your life in all the aspects, including food, including thinking, including emotional, including sex life, including everything. And therefore appear also the Mindful Life project to give a sample how all this can be done, and on top of that, to realize first that it's possible, and second that it's wonderful.
What is human farming?
Human farming is a system which had been created in a way from the very beginning of the creation of the human race to use humans like energy supplier. They, I cannot say because I didn't witness the originally genetical manipulation, so I cannot talk about it. I don't know how they did it, but many people talk about that, and I can say with my perception it's real. So starting from there, in the beginning it was only for how to say labor for workers, but then things develop in a way that they mainly use from the humans the energy that they develop in any form of um, sickness uh, and pain, disease. No, disease is already there. Pain and suffering, any form of suffering. So any form they create, or any form of how to say, heavy energy, low frequency energy, any form. So, and two main ways to control that, to remote control that, is through the mind and through the emotions. So if you want to get rid of their influence, you need to be able to manage your emotions and to go beyond the mind. And therefore, it's not easy, and it's important to understand this and to make your effort in that direction.
Once you understand that you have been, your emotions and your mind is being used, what do you need to do to break free of that?
To realize in your life what is infected by that, and to start to clean. And it's a lot of, especially it's a lot of work, including the subconscious. And therefore, for me, it's very important to have the chance to reach the subconsciousness in a conscious way, which means to have a possibility to enter a trance state in a conscious way for a long period of time, and to be able to see what is coming out from there, and to see how you deal with that, and how you clean what is coming out from there. And this can be done with the teacher trance, can be done by drumming, can be done by dancing, can be done by tantric sexuality, can be done by music, just by music. So it depends each people what kind of triggering they have, what is triggering them the most or the most easy, and then with that to go there and see what is coming out. Therefore, also one of the main work that I'm doing now is including holotropic breathing, which is one of the most accessible way to work with that, and it's not implying anything except breathing, and can be very deep.
And do you teach that online? Is that something you need to do in person?
This is not something to be taught, and it's not something to be done alone. This is something that the people who understand how this is working can open the space and can facilitate and lead. But otherwise, the people who participate to this kind of ceremonies, because I set them in a ceremonial setting, the people who come to the ceremony, they just do in the ceremony, and then that's it. I can invite people to come to work with me and see if they can learn. But this is not, I mean, my approach is not like commonly the people go to one place, they pay for something, and then they have a diploma, and then they say, okay, I'm doing this, I'm a teacher of this. For me, it's completely different. I invite the people to come, they will participate first in the beginning and to see how this process is working for themselves. And the more they get free of the influence and they can perceive and understand and discriminate what is happening, who is who and what is what, then they can be like an assistant in my work. And then when we feel that the person is ready, we ask the high spirit to give them the approval. And if the approval is coming, then I will say yes. From now on, you can do that. Without that approval, any certificate for me is not valid. And also, if it's coming from, let's say, my line, this work will be done only out of donation. It will never be out of payment. So the one who want to commit to this, they need to know from the beginning that they will not have an easy life, but they will have an amazing one if they want to have it.
Sure.
For nothing.
And tell me about holotropic breathing.
Holotropic breathing is one, let's say, technique have been developed by Stanislav Grof. He was working in US with LSD, and at some point the LSD had been banned, and then he developed this method out of, I mean, the origin I think is coming from the Indian pranayama technique, and then he created a special setting. First time I witnessed this technique in Brazil, and I was doing there a few times with the same group that I was doing ayahuasca ceremony with Prem Baba community. And then at some point when I was doing ceremonies in one place, I finished the medicine, and then because I have a group with me, I asked some people to volunteer to try by ourselves. Unfortunately, worked well from the very beginning. And since then I keep on doing it. But because I don't follow a training from the holotropic breathing family, and because I also put it in a ceremonial setting, and also I'm doing some special pressing on the body, I call it cathartic breathing, because this is what it's doing. It's releasing a lot of emotional charge and pain and everything, and it's a very powerful tool to work with the subconsciousness and the consciousness. The pressing that I'm doing, it's extremely painful. I know that. Most of the people want to avoid it because they say we have already enough pain in our life. But I say it's optional. But if you allow me to do it, you'll see how big difference it's making. Because it's like a trigger point, it's like a catalyzer. The thing is that we usually avoid pain and avoid to reconnect with the trauma from the past. But when I'm doing this, it's so painful, and because you accept it, there's no way to run. There's nowhere to run. So at some point you have to surrender. And in a moment when you surrender, it's a shift in the consciousness, and then the subconsciousness is opening, and the things start to come out by themselves. It's like breaking a dam. You break the dam, and then the garbage is keep on going out without you interfering too much. The music will do the rest of the work, because the whole ceremony is with music all the time. Music, different styles which are chosen purpose to facilitate the process.
How long does it take?
Minimum 1 hour and a half, and it depends on the people's ability how much they can stay in the process. Usually it go to 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, 3 hours. It's already strong people, but can be. And if they are even stronger, can be as long they can stay. Actually, now I'm even thinking to develop a new setting to be as much can be strong, and then to be 4 to 5 hours like a setting, and after it's strong to be mild or very gentle, but the people still to stay there and to go, how to say, a little deeper without making too much effort, and to connect even deeper with the experience. Because many people, they want, for instance, to do massage, but they are not meant to do massage. And then they still have a diploma and they still make massage, but it's not really working. Like anything else, they have a job which is not meant to be for them. So if this is not meant to be for you, you come and do it for nothing. And therefore I say, need to be a period to be there to see if it's for you, And if it's for you, when we ask for the answer for the how to say blessing to do this work, will come. Otherwise, you can train for years and the answer will never come, and that will be an answer that is not for you. And therefore, also, I want to be understand that this is not another how to say another business. This is to find the people who are meant to do this work and who want to do this work out of donation. I really underline very much this. Because not only this, I recommend to everybody, whatever they do, to find out which is their skill, to give that skill like a gift to the humanity and to whoever, and to do it out of donation. And to understand that this is the only way to break the system.
All right, how do we find you?
As soon I go back to Romania, probably, which will be in a few days, I will make a new Facebook profile, which will be called Mindful Life Project, and will be also a blog attached to that. And there will be mentioned where I am or where I'm heading to. And then the one who want to connect, they can find me there. It will be family project or communities that I will find on the internet. Then I will go to volunteer there for a while, and then there will be meeting with the people and see what is coming up. The meaning is to put more and more into practice this mindful life project, which I said is like a sample of daily life in
As it's meant to be.
how it's meant to be according with my understanding in this moment, which is including meditation in the morning, uh, morning and evening, gardening and gardening, yeah, meditation, morning and evening, gardening, healthy food, mostly vegan, vegetarian if somebody really wants, raw, no meat, no alcohol, no cigarette, no coffee. How it's called? Yoga practice or Tai Chi or whatever people do. Holotropic breathing ceremonies whenever the opportunity will be there. And yes, workshops with healthy stuff like creams, potion, oils, herbs, essential oil, things like that. Understand how to not make waste anymore, how to manage with the plastic bags, how to not use chemicals for cleaning ourselves and cleaning the clothes, how to use ash for that, how to use different plants for that, keep on making research on this subject, and how to have a healthy and amazing food, cooking ourselves, enjoying together, sharing the atmosphere, which because it's not anymore a business, it's a family living. And then by realizing that and by doing everything by yourself, you're realizing that actually you have time for everything. You have time to be creative. When you are tired, you have time to rest. When you have a little feeling of being lazy, you can do that. And you realize that you cannot do it forever, because at some point you feel you have to do something, and then you will find out what you want to do. Always will be something to be done, and you can choose what you want to do. It will be again not something which is imposed to you. You will choose from the full range of possibilities that have to be done in that property what you want to do, and this is done day by day. When I did this before, we have like a board, and we have the different tasks which need to be done next day. We do this in the evening, and we ask, who want to do this? Me. Who want to do this? Me. Who want to do this? Me. So it's free offering, free participation, everything, and it's coming with a different attitude. And also, it's recommend the first part of the day, from the morning to the lunch, to be in silence. So you have time to connect with the work you do, with the practice you do, with everything. And out of that is coming a different connection with everything you do, and it's coming a lot of inspiration and answer and aha moments and everything. And then if you really need to talk, you can talk later, better in small group and not loud to disturb the others who want to keep on being in silence. And usually the time to share and everything is in the evening. And this depends. Usually we have breakfast and lunch, and it looks like it's okay. But sometimes if the people really want, we can have also some dinner, like very light, like fruit and something. And that will change the quality of the meditation and the quality of the sleep. And we can have very easy bonfires and stay there, and or fire ceremony, which is a very wonderful way to share. And then that can be end up with drum and dancing and singing and chanting and everything. And that can give a very wonderful soul connection and plenty of time to heal and to enjoy and to share and everything.
One question. What is the vision that you have for mindful life?
The vision is to have more places where this concept is alive. Not only one, more. But the concept to be truly living. Because now there are many people who have communities and they head towards this, but on the way somehow they stop or deviate, or they make, I mean, most of them, they are also still done out of fear and with the concept of business. And I want to be very clear that this I don't want. If the things go on that way, I will not put, I will connect, say, but if the people are really stubborn in that direction, I will not support that. And the idea is also to maybe to create at some point a network while I'm visiting different places, and the people accept this kind of setting, to say this is a place like that, and this is a place like that, and this is a place like that. So the people who are searching for this, to know where to go, to be sure that they find what they want. Because there are many who are searching for these kind of places and they don't have anything clear yet. So this is the idea now, to find places, to check them, to help with the setting, and then to say, there it's available, and there it's available, so the people can find it.
You will be traveling a lot.
I don't mind as long the things unfold.
Yeah.
And actually also this is part of my work, and also this is very easy. I travel, and when I feel not to travel, I don't travel. So it's not, it's part of my mission, but still it's not a must. So I can choose. When I feel comfortable to travel, I travel. If I feel I have to stay longer in one place, I stay. So it depends on the feeling.
Thank you, Horacio, for joining me at Goddess University. I'm sure everyone will find you on Facebook, Starseeds Gathering, and I look forward to hearing your updates and sharing more of your progress. Stay tuned for more.